Okay, here I have a small saucepan with two cans of coconut milk and 2 cups of erythritol. The erythritol that I happen to be using, I just opened the new bag, is this one, Anthony's Natural Erythritol Sweetener. I get it on Amazon. I'm doing a little bit of dessert stuff today because it's my dad's, well, yesterday was my father's 89th birthday. So I'd like to bring over something that, we don't feel bad for eating. So I've got some Lily's chocolate chips, not sure what's going on with those. There's some other stevia sweetened chocolate bars in there too. I hate how they never fit in the bag. Anyway, this is 2 cans of coconut milk and 2 cups of erythritol, and this is a Maria Emmerich recipe where she says to let it simmer for 40 to 60 minutes until lightly browned. So I did set a timer for 40 minutes. You know what? I keep seeing something surfacing every time I stir this. There's like one little, I wonder if it's like a piece of the paper off of the can. Damn it. Okay, this has not turned brown at all, but it has gone down considerably, so it is, simmering away and evaporating, which I believe will make this, if it is going to turn into caramel sauce, it will make it thicker. So I'll just keep going. I think it's been going now, well, it's been going at least 20 minutes, but it did say 40 to 60, so I might only be halfway there. Okay, this has been going about probably 45 minutes. I don't think it's brown enough yet. I've never made this before, but I would not say this is browned yet. Light brown. This is like kind of cream color now. It has condensed quite a bit. It's much thicker than it was, but I don't think it's thick enough yet to be caramel sauce. So I'm gonna let it keep going. This has been about 45 minutes. The recipe said 40 to 60 minutes. So this is a relatively fast simmer, I think. Not enough. Yeah, okay, I'm stirring it. Not enough to burn scorch it to the bottom of the pot, but enough to make it actually simmer. So this is not something I would really walk away from. I think you're okay to, do a few things, but this is not when you go wander into another room and forget that you have this going. So someone remind me not to do that. Okay, everybody. Okay, people. I think this is the moment we've all waited for. You notice it seems to have gotten much, much thicker, and it's a very light brown color. I can't tip the pan, but you can see, like, it didn't even burn onto the bottom. I'm kind of proud of myself. See that? So the Maria Emmerich's recipe says cook the 2 cans of coconut milk. Well, she says 1 can of coconut milk and 1 cup of swerve. So I used 2 cans and 2 cups. So, because I want double a recipe. So, and she says cook for 40 to 60 minutes, bring to a boil, simmer for 40 to 60 minutes until lightly browned. I would say that's lightly browned. I'm probably going to leave it like another 2 minutes just because, and then I have to stir in, I have to go look at the recipe. I think it's like a tablespoon of coconut oil and pure vanilla extract, and then take it off the heat and let it cool. So it smells really good, I have to say. And what I'm really happy that it didn't like scorch onto the bottom of the pan. I guess, probably if it was sugar, it would have, but it's not. So anyway, this is going to go with the chocolate brownies that are going over to my dad's birthday party today. Okay, her recipe says 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, but because it says pull off the heat and stir in, but because I doubled the recipe, I obviously have more than 2 tablespoons. Oh, that's interesting. Adding the coconut oil just made it like totally smooth. I do have to add vanilla to it too, but that's a little trickier one-handed. I don't know how that oil is. Like, just gonna float on top? Well, whatever. But it made it really smooth all of a sudden. All right, stay tuned. Vanilla. Now, I guess I'm supposed to leave it to cool. So probably as it cools, the coconut oil will start to settle more on the top, but this stuff has got to be so hot because it's been cooking for an hour. Well, obviously it would have reached that temperature after 3 minutes, but this stuff is like molten lava. And my guess is as it starts to cool, I might be able to incorporate that coconut oil back in so that it's not like an oil slick on top of the stuff. Very intriguing, huh? Well, I don't know. I just wanted it to be something to spoon over brownies, and then I have some toasted coconut to put over the top. So it looks pretty good. It looks pretty keto. Okay, you should see. This is the keto caramel sauce that I made. It is 2 cans of coconut milk, 2 cups of swerve that you have to bring to a boil and then simmer. And it's half the volume that it was. So much of it, it starts to cook a little bit and then much of it evaporates. So then you add in 2 tablespoons. Well, I doubled the recipe. So 4 tablespoons of coconut oil and a good teaspoon of vanilla. And it is amazing. I took a little bit and poured it into a bowl and let it kind of harden, and it does harden. So this is to go on the brownies. And the brownies I made yesterday, they're cooling. And then I also made a big pan of candied sweetened toasted coconut. Okay, people, this is the finished product. I would say this was 2 cans of coconut milk. What are those, like 14-ounce cans? And it condensed down to, well, I can't read the markings on this, but I would say about more than a third of it kind of went and evaporated. And because of course there's 2 cups of swerve added to this, some coconut oil added to this. It does sort of, you can see some crystallization there. So I'm not gonna refrigerate it because I think if I do, it'll turn into a solid lump. But I'm just gonna, when I get to my mom's house, I have a pan of brownies that I'm gonna cut up, and I'm gonna just warm this up a little bit in the microwave so that it softens again, pour it over the brownies, and then sprinkle the toasted coconut that I made on top. So yeah,